what's your reaction to
Good now?
being reunited with Drew Lock?
It's awesome. I can't just even explain how fired up I am to get in this new offense. Just to have that kind of chemistry and trust and confidence, kind of already established there. Obviously, going to have to learn a new offense and get comfortable in that. But as far as that connection already being there, that's awesome.
Nikki, go ahead with your question, please.
Well, I think you just answered it. Just, what does it feel like to be reunited with Drew Lock?
Got it. Next.
Yeah.
Yeah,
go ahead.
You can go ahead and answer that one, Albert.
I was just gonna say, just to reiterate the same thing. Just to have that gel, have that confidence. It's gonna be great. I'm excited to see how it all unfolds.
Next, we've got Troy Rank with Denver 7. Troy, please.
Albert, where does that speed come from? Is that position, and how do you feel like that will translate to the next level as you look at what they did with Judy, KJ Hamler? Clearly, they're emphasizing guys who can really run.
Just the ability to stretch the field all over. It's going to put a lot of strain on the corners and safeties. They can't favor one side of the field. We can hit them everywhere. Just with the ability to spread us all out, and the mismatch, especially in the tighter room, just mismatch ability it creates. Going to be too fast for a linebacker and going to be too big for a DB. So I think it's just going to be I think it's just going to be a great thing that's going to be happening on offense, and I can't wait to be a part of it.
Next, we've got Michael Spencer. Michael, go ahead, please.
Hey, Albert, obviously you and Drew were able to put up some really good numbers together at Missouri. You talked about how you're excited to play with him again, but what is it about his game that you two were able to mesh so well together during your time in Columbia?
Really just the confidence that we had in each other. Off the field, we're brothers, we get along great. And I think that really just translated onto the field, being with him in Missouri. I just felt like a lot of the times in, tough situations, I was a guy that he always felt comfortable, just knowing that he always had an open throw in me, regardless of the situation. We needed a big play, his eyes were coming to me. And just the amount of confidence he had in me, and just coming out of routes, I felt like we're always on the same page. So I feel like just all across the board, just that chemistry's there.
Next, we've got Arnie Stapleton with Associated Press, followed by Vic Lombardi. Arnie, go ahead, please.
Hey, Albert. I know at the combine you were talking about when you were a kid, you played baseball and basketball and soccer. I guess soccer was your best sport. What drew you to football, and how does playing soccer kind of translate some of those skills onto the football?
Yeah, I remember being a little kid and just being extremely drawn to football. Being at a young age, my parents didn't want me playing tackle football. But eventually when they when I was 9 years old, all of my friends have been playing tackle football. I'd been begging my parents every summer to let me play. And finally they agreed to let me play. And it was during soccer season. So, I gave up soccer. I wanted to try football. I loved it so much that, I decided, I wanted that to be my fall sport. Stuck with it ever since. And then that's where my heart's been. And that's kind of where I am today.
Next, we've got Vic Lombardi with Altitude, followed by Ryan O'Halloran. Vic, go ahead, please.
Albert, I know you're known as Albert O, but can you give us a little help with the name, please?
Yeah, it's Albert Okwuegbunam.
Oh, say it again.
Okwuegbunam.
Thank you.
Ryan O'Halloran with the Denver Post. Go ahead, please.
Hey, Albert. You're putting up that 40 time at the combine. Was that about what you expected you'd run, or did that surprise you a little bit as well?
No, definitely. I knew I was going to run that. Going into training, I knew that I consistently could hit 4 or 5. And when we actually started timing me, I was hitting low 4 or 5s consistently. Had some PRs of high 4.4. So I knew going into the combine that, at my best I was going to hit, high 4. At my worst I was going to hit, mid 4.5. So I knew going into it, it's what I expected. I worked my butt off training, just attacked every day, and that was the outcome.
Guys, we've got time for a few more. We've got Andrew Mason, followed by Eric Dalala. Andrew, go ahead. Andrew, your line should be unmuted. Go ahead, please. We'll come back to you, Andrew. Eric Dalala, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Albert, congratulations. Just wondering if you talked with Drew at all during this process, or if you've heard from him since being drafted. And from watching his games last year, what's your impression of Noah Fant there at the other tight end spot?
Yeah, no, I actually hadn't talked to Drew. We talked a little bit before the draft, just saying, it'd be cool if, we landed together. Didn't know it was going to happen. Right after, right after I got the call, he actually was just blowing up my phone, super fired up. I can't wait to talk to him and be reunited with him. And then Fant, he's a good player. He's a really good tight end. Came out last year. I thought about coming out last year. Ultimately didn't. A shoulder injury. Decided to come back. So I definitely remember him from the draft process. I'm excited to get iron sharpens iron, and he's a great dude. I hear a lot of great things from Drew, and it's going to be fun to see how we elevate each other.
Last two, Andrew Mason, followed by Brandon Cristal. Andrew, go ahead, please.
Albert, congratulations. As you get to the Broncos and the NFL, what are the areas in which you feel you need to most improve your game?
A little bit everywhere. I do a lot of things well. I do a lot of things great, but there's also a lot to improve. I feel like it's just kind of all across the board. Just little stuffs with just little stuffs with technique here and there. Whether it's fine tuning my routes in the pass game or fine tuning my technique in the run game. Just a little bit of everything.
Last one, Brandon Cristal. Brandon, go ahead. Brandon Cristal.
Hey, Albert, I'm curious, how have you been spending your time? Where have you been training? And are you anywhere near where Drew has been in Kansas City to see if you can maybe get together with him as some of these restrictions get eased around the country, just to try to get on the same page with him sooner than later?
Yeah, I've actually been in Springfield, Illinois, since the whole virus hit. But, I have a place out in Columbia, Missouri, an hour away, I think an hour and a half, 2 hours from Kansas City. So, we can definitely get together, reunite. I'm sure that's going to happen pretty soon with us being so close. Yeah, I definitely imagine we're definitely going to be getting together soon.